Good evening and welcome to the Blend Zone. I'm your host, Bigmomma Dee, bringing you the vibe straight, no chaser.
Welcome to the Blend Zone, the podcast where culture, conversation, and creativity collide. Hosted by the one and only Bigmomma Dee. From real talk to breaking news, music, and untold stories, we go deep, speak bold, and bring voices that matter to the mic. Whether you're on the move or kicking back, you're now in the zone. The Blend Zone. Let's get into it.
Good evening and welcome to the Blend Zone. I'm your host, Bigmomma Dee, bringing you the vibe straight with no chaser. And today we have a multi-talented special guest, and her name is Devon Mathews. And Miss Mathews, can you please introduce yourself?
Well, hello, everyone. I'm your girl, Devon Mathews, known as DevSoul, here in San Antonio, Texas. And hello to everyone watching from wherever you're watching from. And I'm so happy to be on here today with you, Bigmomma Dee. What's going on?
Okay. So, as you know, it's about to get real. So lock it in, get you something to drink, something to eat on if you want to, something to snack, some popcorn if you wish, and let's get into the zone.
All
So,
right.
Ms. Matthews, we have here a very extensive background. I mean, you do a little bit of everything. You are a baker. I mean, you could do everything from scratch, and I like that. I'm going to have to get some of your recipes because I used to. I'm a big girl, so you know I love my sweets.
Okay, now. I'll do sugar-free, too.
All right.
Okay.
You're an actress, a singer. I mean, you do everything there is out there. And so, excuse me. And so I will be asking you a variety of questions. And so, when did you get started in your music career? And acting career?
I would say I started with music like many black people, and that was in church. I grew up singing in the choirs. I come from a musical family on both sides of my family, my mother's side and my father's side. My mother and aunts are all singers, and my dad is a bass player and singer. And I mean, that's all I knew was at church several times a week doing several different things. And whatever it was, I was there, and I was a part of it. And I started leading songs for the adult choir and the women's chorus at a young age as a child. And I started acting also as a child at age 7, right here at the Carver on the east side of San Antonio.
Okay. I was too shy. And hard to believe that I'm still a shy person.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Very, very fun and very fun. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, people will look at me like I'm crazy when I tell them that I'm shy, even though I like to sing karaoke. Well, try to sing karaoke.
Let's go then. Let's go. Let's do it.
On Thursday nights at Santa's, only was it Springdale?
Mm-hmm.
See, by the time I like to get up there saying people should be drunk. So they are everybody sounds good when you're drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
The more you drink, the better you sound. That's what I say in my show.
Yes, yes. And if you try to pick up somebody, the better you look when you're drunk.
Uh-oh.
So, with your singing career, who have you collaborated with so far?
Oh, man, there's so many. You're making me think really, really hard. I have done collabs with Marcus Calloway. I've done collabs with, you're taking me back. The first gentleman that hired me as his background singer, his name is Markel. He's an R&B singer. They're based out of Dallas. But we started, when I started doing band work, I sang background for him and Brown. We were called Brown because we were all Brown. Brown, Defunct, we kind of switched those names around. But he's a very, very talented artist. He and his family and brothers, and Valentino Maltos, D. Maltos, who's a saxophonist and musician friend of mine. Girl, I have a very 20-year band career, so you making me think. I have so many, and a lot of that music is unpublished or I don't have it available, so you making me think real hard. But I was a hook queen. Like, I did hooks for so many people, but they're who I can think of off the top of my head. Now, professionally, or if you want to consider celebrities, if you will, my band has opened and or played for when they came into town. DevSoul A, Chico DeBarge. We opened for Eric Roberson in Austin. Brian Angel of Day 26. Kyle Turner on the Jazz Spectrum. Althea Renee. Tom Brown when he came to town. I got to be his Shaka Khan to sing with him. Next, Jagged Edge. It's a lot. It's a lot of different people that I've been blessed to share a stage with. And it goes further and further. Even if you want to consider like gospel or Christmas time, I did a production with David and Tamala Mann as well. So just a variety of people that I've met and been blessed to work with being out of San Antonio.
Oh, you're so lucky. Let me see. Okay. When it comes to the music, have you ever did any solo albums?
No. As a matter of fact, I released my very first, and I'll tell you why. I released my very first single on my birthday. We're going on 2 years this June, and I told myself that I needed to get my album, my EP done this year. Like, there's no reason to wait. I need to have a legacy and something out there. But it was all fear. It was all face. People can call me and ask me to sing a hook all day on their stuff. They can ask me to write for them. They can ask me to ghostwrite with anything. I've even written raps, for rappers. Like, they'll never tell, but I love to write. But my album, I think I'm such a perfectionist and I wanted to be a certain way. When it got to the end of mixing my single down, I was just like, whatever, just let it go, because I kept nitpicking. Go back, fix this. Did you hear that hum on the second verse? And this wasn't right. And my husband was like, Devon, publish a single. Like, just put it out, because if I keep stopping myself because I'm looking for perfection, it's never going to come. So I need to get out of my own way. And I think for the fans I've had for almost 2 decades, they deserve an album, and I want to deliver that soon.
They say you are your worst critic.
Yep.
You are standing in your own way.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth. I ain't gonna lie. That's me. Yep. It's my own. I got to get out of my own head and just write. Matter of fact, I have probably enough music and enough lyrics and enough stuff probably for 3 albums. Scribble down on books.
Get out of your way. Do like they did with Motown. Get a few people in a room and let them hear it. And if they say, oh, I love it, that is great, let them put it out. Let them decide. You get out the room.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Get yourself out of it. So you say your birthday's in June. When is your birthday? June what? June 10th?
Yes, ma'am.
Gemini. I have a few cousins and uncles and nieces, not nieces, cousins and uncles. No, not uncle. Yeah, uncle. June 10th. So, okay, Miss Gemini. Excuse me. Who is your most influential artist?
So that's a loaded question. I always say I have this top 5. It's hard to pinpoint one. It really, truly is. But I will say, I'll say Jill Scott. She's my favorite artist. I study. I'd like to the T. if we go with one, I'll say her, but Jill, Erykah Badu, Sade, Mary J. Blige, and then my favorite band is Mint Condition. So I got that 90s thing, but I like big voices, big emotions, and songs that tell stories, ballads and like that. So those artists and those ladies, they resonate with me, kind of like my plan, almost, R&B neo soul type vibe. So they're poetic and they tell stories. I'm a storyteller, so that's I think why I relate to their music so much. But Jill Scott probably out the gate.
Okay, well, they say R&B music is dying. What do you think about that?
Oh no. You got to keep yourself educated and abreast of what's going on, because the new class of R&B singers, these ladies out here, I love them. Summer Walker, her, Ari Lennox, Janae Aiko. Are you kidding me? Please, I love their music. I sing it, and I can feel it. I have to feel. I have to feel things physically in my body when it comes to music. I know that sounds crazy because we listen, hear music, but I have to feel it. It has to feel good in my body, and when it does, that's all I need. But yeah, these new artists that are coming out, even the fellas, Bryson Tiller, Giveon, I listen to all that. I study. I'm always looking for newer artists and instrumentalists, because a lot of times people say, they have a band, they're a musician, but there's no live instruments. I'm a big person about music. Oh, Masego. Ooh, what? Yes. I listen to all of that. So I love it. I think people need to get out of their head about what they think about R&B and just relax and listen to something that they like.
Okay. Me, I guess I'm still stuck in the old school, because a lot of the music these days is not like. Okay, Mama, I love you too. Okay, now I'm still working. Okay, Mama. All right. I know, Mama. Go back and watch your TV show.
How sweet. So sweet.
Okay, Mama. Mama, I'll be there when I get a chance, okay? All right, thank you. So, dead or alive, who would you like to have a collaboration with that you haven't had, of course, if they're dead?
You say dead or alive? From Michael Jackson. Where'd you get Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson needs to put me on a Remember the Time remix. Michael Jackson, Remember the Time remix. Liberian Girl is going viral right now for that dance. I'm going to do that dance. I've never done a dance, put it online. No, I did one. But that one's going to bring me out of retirement right there, because I love Liberian Girl. I do that live. People don't do those songs live. And look, I think a little bit differently when it comes to music. I really am out the box, but I would love, like if anything, to have collaborated with the King of Pop.
I think if I had to do a collaboration with a man, I think it would be Luther. Let me see Luther.
Luther's in my set list. I always have standards of people who will always be in my shows. If you ever get to come hear me live, they will never, I may be switching out some songs, but I will pay tribute and homage to these legendary artists as long as I can. And Luther's one.
Yes. I just love him when he no one can move like him.
Right. Did you see his movie about how he started and how detailed he was about his group and dressing them and making sure everybody was coordinated, and how serious he took it from out the gate. That's how I am.
Yeah.
I'm big on that. Everybody knows I'm super huge on presentation.
Mm-hmm. My uncle was something like that. Winston Thompson. He played with so many of the great gospel musicians, and he was a pianist, keyboardist, and he will make you sing. When you think you can't hit those notes, oh, he will make you hit those notes. He had me so lightheaded, I'm like, Winston, I can't hit that note. Oh, he had a mouth on him.
Uh-oh.
And, you're going to hit that note. I'm like, okay.
Sounds like one of my choir directors.
Yes. He was one messing with our choir director. But he would make you hit those notes. And we was in New Braunfels one day. I was standing by the piano, and he was recording. I said, who that woman singing? He said, like I said, I have no filter, so you got to excuse me. He said, oh, that's you. I'm like, that's me? I said,
well, Mr.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Okay. Yeah, he told me. Huh. But that's good when you have people that will push you because they know your limits. You don't know your limits. So that's why I said you need to get out of that listening studio and let somebody else hear you. And then you get that album published or that CD published. Missy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think I've made my point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you think you differ from other artists?
Okay. Do you mean locally or in general?
In general.
I think I differ from other artists because, like I was mentioning before, music is therapy for me, and a lot of artists do feel the same way, and they say that. But I really have to feel it. It has to resonate physically for me. It has to feel good in order for me to make sure that the audience feels the energy exchange. An energy exchange. I don't just get up to sing just because, but there is a shift, and there needs to be an energy exchange between me and the music and those that are listening, and that's how I feel I can deliver my gift. Everything is intentional for me when it comes to music, and it really has to be in my body. Like if I could lay down on the floor and do my shows so that I could feel, be grounded. Sometimes I take my shoes off. Patti LaBelle does that. People don't really understand as artists. There's a connectivity, there's a spark that happens, and for me that has to happen. And I feel like I'm listening. I'm so in tune with my band and the musicians that are playing. I do track shows, but it's not my first pick. I don't necessarily like to do them, but I do them because it's cost effective and it's easier to get around during the week when people want entertainment, but they maybe can't afford the whole band or something like that. And don't get me wrong, I'll still give it my all in all, but it's something about live instruments, and again, it's an energy exchange. I tell musicians all the time, I can hear you all as a collective, and I can hear you all individually while I'm singing. I will hear stuff, and I'll turn slowly, like, what was that? What was that? And they'll laugh. They'll know. 9 times out of 10, they know if they did something that I don't feel in the music. I give creative freedom to the musicians that play for me, to fill it in. As long as the meat and potatoes of the song is there, I don't care what other sides you add to the plate. But let the structure be there. That's what I'm looking for. There are certain things I'm listening for that I have to have in a song. And then if I don't hear it or we skip over it, it lets me down, and I'll make sure to bring that up. I'm very vocal. But for me, it has to flow, and there has to be an energy exchange. And the way I am with the musicians that I work with, it's something that cannot be replicated. It cannot be duplicated. People try. it's just something different, and it comes from relationship. It comes from knowing people. It comes from friendship and bonds and those types of things. You can't replace. You can't innovate. Talent is talent, but relationship is relationship. Just like Sade. Sade has had her band, almost 30 years or more?
Mm-hmm.
Same musicians. And I get it. I get that. So I have my core musicians that I call on, and shout out to them, and shout out to all the other musicians who have taken the time to learn me or help me out and play for me. It's all about connection for me. So that was the long version.
Well, that makes sense, though, because you get with people that know you.
Mm-hmm.
And so just say it's one of your bad days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they know how to play around your voice, you can say.
It's one of the worst. I tell people all the time, I detest doing shows when I'm mad. Oh, my goodness. I can almost, I try, it doesn't necessarily affect the quality of my show,
Mm-hmm.
but it just makes me uneasy and uptight and anxious because it happens quite a bit. Something sets me off. Something or someone almost always can, set me off, or something happens, or I'm worried about something. People don't understand when artists are on stage. We're thinking we still have lives and people and things going on. They don't leave because we're at the show.
Yeah.
If I have somebody with my mom while I'm doing a show and she was crying when I left and we couldn't calm her, but I have to go. I'm on a contract and I can't replace that money, and I got to go do this and go do that. It stays with me, It stays with me, and people don't understand the lives of artists and what we deal with, and so, yeah, it has to be. Man, you just got to do what you got to do. Swallow it. That's the thing about being an actor as well. When you hit the door, when you hit that stage, whatever it is that's going on in your life, it has to go. It has to go. You can't carry it with you. And the second I'm off stage, and I try to explain this to my husband sometimes because I'm very dramatic, and I can get very caught up in giving people a good live experience. And sometimes he don't like the decisions I make on stage, vocally, musically, or physically. He don't like the way I move or the way what I did. And I'm like, honey, what? Like the second I'm off stage, are you hungry? Do you want to eat? Did we pay that bill? It's like it's back to reality. It's literally in the car back to real life. Not that I forget what just happened, but it's an act. It's entertainment, and it's not my real life at all.
Yeah.
People, that's a misconception about artists too. Like Beyonce said, she has Sasha Fierce. I don't know what to call my character because whatever, but it's a persona. You do it. People pay their money. They want a good show. Give them a good show. At the end of the night, you tell them thank you, and it's back to our real life.
Yeah. I remember I was in church singing, I think it was Amazing Grace, and I got a brain freeze, a brain fart, and I just couldn't remember the words right in the middle of it, and I was like, oh my God, what are the words? But I didn't want them to know I forgot the words. I just got quiet and just put my head down. In my head, I'm thinking, oh God, what in the world is going on? But they thought I was feeling the spirit. They said, take your time, child, take your time. And I wanted to start laughing, but I just kept my head like this until I remembered the words. I said, that's it. And I put my head back up and I started singing again. But it was hard not to laugh. But I was a good actress. I just kept my head down and shook it.
It happens to me, and like I said, a lot of stuff on my mind. We're coming back from break, and we starting a song, and I'm like, okay, I'm hearing it coming down, like going to the chorus or going to the first verse, and I'm like, and I do this, the round, the choir round, like do it again. I'm like, okay, and I spin around. I'm like, y'all.
Yes.
I had to look at my phone. Sometimes I've had to be like, why am I freezing up right here? I want to sing this song. Why can't I remember it? So,
Yes.
yeah.
To us, it's embarrassing, but to them, we're feeling the spirit. Okay, if that's what you want to think, go ahead and think it.
Oh, it happens in church too, girl. All you gotta do is just wave your hands. Just,
Yes.
oh my God. Everybody in this place
They just don't know what we're going through up there.
at all.
Okay, so in acting or in singing, what is your favorite singing? Your favorite saying? You know, like, all's well that ends well, you know, or something. What is your favorite saying?
I do have one. And I put it on all my sites. I do have one. 1 second. I have one. I have it, and it's basically, I don't necessarily have to look it up. It's I don't want to leave this earth with all of my art still inside of me. I don't go on to heaven and have not put out all of the art that I have in me. I don't want to leave here with it. So my job and my goal is to put it out. And I told the Lord, I said, okay, I'm not getting any younger. Send me a sign, do something, you know, the airport sign. Send me a sign that I should be still doing this, because I'll be just fine, married and a daughter, and baking and cooking and living my life. But the last 6 months to a year have just been, I've had more opportunities than I've had in the last decade. It's been amazing. Even the last month, it's just, I'm like, okay, I hear you, Lord. It's just going. I'm just riding the wave. I'm riding the wave. Walter hit me up about this interview. I was so happy. I hadn't spoken with him in so many years, and so that's just where I am. I don't want to leave this earth with all this art inside of me. And also, my mother was such a big part of who I am. She believed in me. She always says I was a star in her belly. She knew I was special. She knew I was going to be something big. She could feel me dancing and moving even in church to the beat of the drums. And she put me in classes, pushed me in this cheerleading and everything. She was always right there. And so I don't know how much, time is of the essence. I don't know how much time I have left, she has left, anybody. But I want to make her proud, my dad, everybody that loves and supports me. So everybody's like, why you go so hard? You doing so much. You doing this. You doing. Because do y'all see what's happened in the world in the last decade? We had COVID. We lost so many people. And look at the state of the country now, and not to get political or anything, but my point is I have art and I have things inside of me that I need to share with the world. That's why I was put here. And that's why God gave me so many different gifts. So I need to get them out. And that's just that.
Mm-hmm. That's a very good saying.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And what was the first album that you bought?
That had to have been when my mama started letting me go to the mall with my friends, or so she thought. I was with their parents or their older siblings. But let's see. Now this is a catch-22, because my dad, I told you my dad's a bass player, was a musician. My dad would send me, because my birthday was in June, so every 6 months I got music. So June's my birthday, Christmas came around. My dad would send me 10 cassette tapes. He would send me music. So I technically didn't buy all of my stuff, but I was listening to stuff that my friends wasn't listening to at a young age. I was listening to like Shantae Moore. Who was listening to Shantae Moore when they're like 11? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to all of that stuff, Gap Band and stuff. I would probably say Aaliyah was probably the one that stuck. I burnt that tape to the ground. Do you hear me? I still wear a swoop bang to this day of Aaliyah. That was probably But way before her, it was probably Tracy Spencer. Man, it was just so much. I can't quantify it, but I would say between Tracy Spencer and Aaliyah, I was in the chokehold. And Jade to the max. All of that 90s R&B, man. So yes, I would say one of them was probably my first purchase.
I think the first song the slow song that I liked was "I'll Be There" by the Jacksons, and I didn't let nobody know because my cousin and my auntie, my auntie was 4 years older than me, and my cousin was 4 years older than my auntie. I didn't want them jigging on me because they love to just talk about me, and I didn't want them just because they like to embarrass you in front of people. And if they knew I liked that slow song, they would have been, "Ooh, look at Tiny. She liked this, she liked that." And I'm like, oh, God. So I kept that to myself. But then the first song that I bought, I went to the record store, Montgomery Ward, saved my little money and bought a 45. And it was "Welcome Back, Carter." Mama and Daddy, and they jigged on me. They told everybody. And I played "Welcome Back." I was just gone. In fact, I just played it over and over again.
Where are you from saying jig?
From the country of San Antonio, out there in Cairo. Kerrville, Texas.
Okay.
Oh, they left. But the flip side was a nice blues song by the white guy that made "Welcome Back, Carter." And it was like, even they listened to that. But the things you do when you were young. Now, if you had to sell your music collection tomorrow, what album would you leave in your drawer?
The Best of Sade. No one is kidding. No one is touching my Sade. Ever, never, never. You can, and Jill. That's what I'm saying. Like they're all like equal to me, but that music, Sade transcends genres. You cannot say she's R&B, she's jazz, she's soul, she's pop. Sade is just Sade. She's just Sade. I will go to jail behind.
You love you some Sade.
Sade. It's about time that I do another concert. I did the Best of Sade many years ago. It's time to bring that back.
Okay. Sade, she's pretty good. I don't know if I would keep her. I don't know who I would keep back.
You're making me.
I keep thinking I'll hold Prince back, but then I'm like, I don't know, Prince may have to go too. I don't know who I would just hold back. Okay, let's see. At the moment, what is your favorite song?
At the moment, my favorite song is "Bittersweet" by Naomi Sharon. It's on repeat. And I listen to songs like that when they get into my body, and it'll be days, weeks before I listen to something else. That's how I learn music. But I stay on a song like that over and over and over and over, hours and hours and hours and hours when I like it.
So you like a lot of female songs. Are there any male songs that you like just as much?
Oh, yes, of course. Like I said, all of them in condition. I'm really like Bryson Tiller is big in my list, my playlist right now. I listen to a lot of Afro beats as well. I listen to a lot of just different music. And it's a lot of fellas in my list, but like Masego, Jodeci is still in my rotation. Joe is Joe is hands down one of the best male singers on the planet. Maxwell.
Oh, yes.
R.I.P. D'Angelo.
Mm.
Like I said, the neo soul kind of smoky vibe. That's my thing. But I do listen to some hip hop and some rap. Just depends. Someone who I recently, like, she won me over and I fell in love with, and now I'm just like stone cold fan, is Cardi B. It took a long, long time for me to get into Cardi. And
really?
This album, her first album, sold, done deal. I am very, very, very. I'll fight behind Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce and Rihanna, even Mariah Carey. Like, you cannot say anything bad about them to me. Like, no,
I love Mariah.
Whitney, I'm all over the place. Like, it's really, you asking me these questions, and these are good questions because people don't ask me these types of questions. And my playlist is just so scattered. It's all over the place. But yes. So I will fight behind. Knuckle sandwich.
You have a very extensive playlist.
But Naomi Sharon is sweet.
Who I didn't really listen to a lot was, what's her name? Monet?
Ooh, Victoria Monet.
She has a lot of good music.
I love her. Yes, and she stands her. I love her creativeness, her videos that tell a story. Like, that's that whole storytelling. I love her. I'm a big fan of hers. I can't wait to do some of her stuff. I've never done any of her music live, so hopefully this spring I'll be adding some of her to my show.
Yeah, she is very good. Surprised me. A friend of mine let me listen to some of her music, and I'm like, oh, I've not seen her act, a few shows, but I didn't know she sung like that. Amazing. Okay, now with your acting, have you? Let me see. I don't want to say it wrong. I've seen you in a lot of these shows, but of course I didn't know it was you. Of course, but did you get a chance to really be with a lot of these good-looking, sexy, gorgeous men? That's what I always wanted to do. I don't think I would have been a good actress because I would have been drooling over these men.
Well, I'm a method actor, classic textbook method actor, Stanislavski to be precise. That is a very well-known, legendary theater teacher, and he has many books and workbooks for actors. Anybody out there that wants to break into acting, I suggest you buy the Stanislavski Method on Amazon and look into some of his workbooks. It's the who, what, when, where, why, how of the person you are to become. And for a method actor, like say, just an actor who's not trained in method acting, say they get a role and their role is to play a junkie who is on drugs. They smoke a lot of weed, smoke a lot of cigarettes, and they, have very little appetite. Things like characteristics of somebody who's on drugs. So a regular actor, probably a young actor or a novice actor, would probably just portray it as what they think they see or what they know. Probably scratching, itching, and whatever. But for me, not that I have to go do drugs or to smoke anything real, but there are paper cigarettes, there are things. There was a role I had, and I don't smoke, but this character, she struck me as the type that smoked cigarillos and cigars. So I went and stopped at the corner store before I got to set, and I bought 2. Because for me, I had to embody that, and I did that to bring that character to life. If my character is loud and obnoxious, then I probably spend most of my day that way, or there's a point on set where I become that person where people will start talking to me and I'll talk back like that character. Or like it's deep. It's really, it's not your average, okay, y'all ready for me? Okay, action. No, it's a transformative process internally. So much so that the film I shot when I was in Hollywood, I kept having to go outside and get some air and count. Some of the other actors were helping me. They started talking about candies and ice creams and puppies and babies and things like that because it was such a dark, deep place I had to go, and we kept having to reshoot it. That's why my nails broke off now, because I was in that fight scene.
Oh, God, no.
I missed my nail appointment to sit with you and talk with you today. I'm going to go tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So that's how deep acting is for me. It's I'm very passionate about everything I do artistically. There's no middle ground for me. It's either okay, we kind of there talking about it and looking at the overview, or I'm all the way 10 million thousand feet in. Like there's no in between. That's music, that's acting, that's writing. I don't have a middle ground, a baseline. I'm either way too much and too strong for people, and that's my personality, or they think that I'm passive, quiet, and stuck up or something. But it's just that I have a level of passion when I do things artistically. That's just the way I do.
Now, I don't smoke either. I don't even want to be with somebody that smokes because that smoker's breath. It's just blah, blah. I hate the taste of it.
Yeah, I hate the taste. Like 2 days.
Yeah.
And I only puffed on it 2 or 3 times, and I was like, but I did what I felt I needed to do to bring the character alive. So,
so how were you able to keep a straight face and puff the cigarette and keep it going? You know, it's just
when you're a method actor and you've already become whomever or whatever it is you need to become, you don't think about it. It's not me smoking it. It's the character smoking it. It's absolutely not me at all. Like in my mind, it's the character that I brought to life that was written for me and given to me to birth. And so it's not me. It's just not me. I say, I have one of the best careers ever because I get to play dress up and become other people and do different things and have different jobs and have different lives for fun and get paid while doing it. And I love it. I just I love it. I can snap in and out of it. Like, I need a minute, there are a lot of actors. Did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Okay. That is by far my #1 favorite show of all time ever. There's nothing that can compare to that series. Like, I will fight to the death, like Game of Thrones. When Jon Snow, the character that played Jon Snow, when it wrapped, he had to go into inpatient therapy for a year after that, after being Jon Snow for a decade. Like, it was just a lot. Some people, I grew up watching General Hospital and the soaps and the stories with my mom and them. Sonny, the guy that played Sonny Corinthos, he would go home still as Sonny. I don't know if he ended up getting a divorce, but he had to go into like a rehab recovery type setting because he couldn't separate the character from real life. Those lines can blur for some actors real bad if you don't know how to immediately come back to reality. Yeah.
I think it's like a person that go undercover for so long that they played that part in this.
Covert ops, and that's a good way. Deep cover. That's a good to think of that. Thank you for that, because it's hard for me to explain sometimes, but sometimes you get in too deep, and when you every day, if people on the street see you on the set, you're working, filming 10, 12, 16 hours a day, you wake up and everybody's like, calling you by your character name. It can happen. You can dissociate, and yeah, that can happen. So I try to make sure that I snap right back to reality. I'll get on my phone, get on Facebook, call my husband, something to shake me out of it. Absolutely.
It was like I was watching on YouTube about Friday, the movie Friday, and the lady that played Felicia, she said, because when she got in between Chris Tuck and Ice Cube, they didn't know she was going to get in between them. And so, of course, she shocked them. And when she got out from between them and they said, "Bye, Felicia," it stuck. It was a cultural thing. And people would come up to her and they would talk about her bad right to her face. And she was getting threats and everything. And they really made her feel bad with the "Bye, Felicia, bye, Felicia." That it really, really messed with her psyche.
Wow.
And they really destroyed her with "Bye, Felicia." That they took it, that thing, and it destroyed her. So she has aged a whole lot. And she's working on a food truck or something like that now. Her life is totally different than what she figured that it should be, all because of "Bye, Felicia."
Wow. And
she had to go to therapy because of "Bye, Felicia." It really destroyed her. She played that part too good. Too good. So I understand what you're talking about. I really do. So if there was anything that you wanted to tell the people that are getting into this, what would you tell them?
Stay consistent. It can happen for you in 10 seconds. It can take, like me, it could take 20, 30 years. You just never know. But if you have that passion and that drive, stay consistent. I was just responding to someone on Facebook literally about an hour before our interview. People in San Antonio, how do y'all get cast? How do y'all stay, And I said, well, as a black woman, there's not a lot of work for me here offered. I said, but I'm on every major casting board. A priority for me, like my bills are my subscriptions to the casting boards where I know that there's quality work and that there are work where there's work that can get me where I need to go. I have my settings set up to get notifications, not on a daily digest, not weekly to go check it. As they come in, if anything is in San Antonio or in the state of Texas, in Los Angeles, Atlanta, or wherever I have it set to, I get those audition postings as they come in real time. So that means my phone is constantly going off. Ding, ding, ding. So I don't even have my ringer on, and I can get 50 postings. And in that time frame, I can go through and I can see what's for me, what's for a black woman my age or playing age that I think I can play. And I have my pictures, my headshots, my resume, my reels, my music, all in specific folders. I can apply within minutes. And it's nothing it's second nature to me. Like while we're sitting here talking, somebody could have texted me a casting, and while I'm sitting here talking to you, I could be like, bloop, 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 bloop. My cover letter is ready. All I need to do is change the date on it. If it's for a musical, I tweak it for that. If it's voiceover, I tweak it for that. If it's something specific. But I have a general. And now in the day and age of AI, like I see people all the time, like it's baffling to me because I've taught myself how to utilize AI. I think more than the average person, especially as an actor. People are like, oh, I'm looking for a photographer for my maternity shoot. I'm looking for a photographer for my birthday shoot. And I'm like, why? You don't even have to You don't need nobody needs a photographer anymore. Like, you just don't. I have been taking my own pictures because I couldn't afford to constantly get headshots at the rate that I'm working, right? Makeup artist. I had to teach myself how to do my own makeup professionally because I do so much work. I'm not at the place where I can hire a live-in or somebody to follow me around at my beck and call just yet to do those things. So once I figured out how to use AI and take my own photos and change my backgrounds and put me in a different costume, but people are still, I need somebody to do my maternity shoot. I'm just like, I just want to write why. When you can take your photo and put it in Google Gemini and tell it what to do, and it'll give you pictures in seconds for free. It's something, and I plan on taking more courses on it. I mean, would I be mad that if somebody grabbed my voice and started utilizing my voice and voiceovers and stuff while I'm trying to get paid for it? Yeah, that's going to tick me off. But for right now, I'm not trying to be somebody else. I'm not. I'm just trying to enhance me.
Yeah.
And save myself hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's just where we are. So yeah, but AI can be dangerous, but for me so far, it's been great.
All right. Okay, well, everybody, that is a wrap on today's episode of the Blend Zone. Big love to our guest, the unstoppable Devon Mathews. And we'd like to thank you for sharing it. My lips are not working. For dropping by and sharing your journey with us. And you're welcome, ma'am. And I'm your host, Bigmomma Dee, reminding you to stay bold, stay blended, and always keep it real. So until next time, you already know we're out. Stay in the zone.
Okay. Thank you so much.